Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Shore Live, Cooper's Corner. We're live this evening. The weather was beautiful today. I hope you enjoyed it. The sun was shining, and this is March the 21st, 2018. It's almost Easter. I cannot believe how quickly this is going. It's spring, and I did see some robins flying, and we don't have the snow. Thank goodness for that. At least Mother Nature knows it's spring and we should not have snow. But I do feel for people on the eastern seaboard, and New York is really getting slammed. So our prayers are with those on the eastern seaboard that it shouldn't be too much longer, and that Mother Nature will lift her hand and have a lift her cold hand and a warm heart, and make sure that everything goes well for all of those that are there. Anyway, we invite you to see, here's our YouTube address. We invite you to check our YouTube out, because all of our programs that you have enjoyed are on YouTube, and you can see it at any time. And this evening, of course, we have one of Angela Walker's famous, not infamous, but famous veterans. And we're going to talk about things that the veterans need to know, the legal aspect. And we're going to know also about the performing arts that the College of Lake County held March the 1st. And Angela promised me that she would have some video or DVD or whatever, but better than that, we've got a real live performer and a veteran, military veteran, with us this evening, Cal Shimon, and we are going to be interviewing him, and we are so happy that you have delighted us with your presence. And so without any further ado, let me introduce to you my guest, Cal.
It's a pleasure, Beth.
It is my
Thank you
pleasure.
for having me. I appreciate it.
It is wonderful. And we need to know more for the veterans, because there's so many things, little laws or little that common attorneys or law do not know, but that the veterans are entitled to, and they go by sight unseen or known, and years could go by that, and the help that the veteran might have needed, they never received, because they didn't know the right people to connect with for their on their behalf as being a military veteran. So tell us about this so we can get a little smarter.
Well, I was talking earlier, and I know about the John Marshall Law School. Mm-hmm. They're fantastic. They do the work that unfortunately the veterans service organizations are not able to do. For the disabled veteran, when they go to the Veterans Legal Support Center and they see the professor there and they take their records and they fight for them, they get their disability, and they not only get that, they upgrade their disability to what they deserve.
It should have, yeah.
And what's happening is there's too much delay. They have an entourage of professionals, of course. They're students, and they have the legal firms in downtown, top shelf, that pro bono volunteer their time for them. And they need to know about that. And of course, the Congress offices, the state representatives, there's a lot of information that the veteran can go there to find out. But they're not letting them know about the Veterans Legal Support Center, which is unfortunate. I don't know why that is.
I have to tell you, you have touched such a soft spot with me. why these people have given, these are combat veterans. They were overseas, they're fighting wars, they're protecting America, they're protecting other countries. Why are they not given the utmost care and top-notch awareness that they are in need, if they should be, in need of veterans assistance? Why?
Veterans Administration,
Yeah.
they have a lot of ties and a lot of red tape, and it all boils down to money.
Money.
And the more they delay and frustrate the veteran, the more likely he's going to, especially as a combat veteran, and they know that, to
Yeah.
say, no more.
I'm not now.
Of course, and there's so many billions of dollars probably over the years since World War II of so many veterans that should have had hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's amazing. But it's better than that. It's treatment. It's the treatment. It's the peace of mind. I'm a traumatic brain injury veteran myself, and I know what that is, and that's not funny.
No.
And memory loss and certain things that happen to me,
Terrible.
yeah, and headaches that just come out of nowhere, and to understand what that is and to know about it is so full.
It's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, but thank God for these people and the professionals and all that, and that help you, and they'll understand that. But a lot of veterans don't get that help. And
you know, it could be too late. Cal, how many, unfortunately, these veterans commit suicide every day?
yeah.
They're not getting the help they need.
A lot of it too is the drugs that they're giving these veterans, believe it or not, can lead them to suicide. If they're thinking PTSD as opposed to TBI or what have you, or
Yeah.
they're giving you pharmaceutical drugs that are supposed to be taken together or not in tandem with each other or what have you, the ramifications are unbelievable.
That causes
It could kill
chaos,
you.
yeah.
Trust me, I know. I've had medicines that were given me for a few years that thank God, I was trying to understand. Why is it I'm getting some kind of crazy thoughts here? That's not me. No,
see.
not that I would do anything with that. Never. My God, no. But it's just the idea. And then I found out down the line, it was part of John Marshall, that these two medicines they're giving me were not supposed to be taken at the same time.
not
And they were not
compatible.
noted on the drug itself. And I was told to take them both at the same time. So they were causing me a lot of different.
my goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
Oh, it was. I mean, this is what happens. Yeah. And thank God I got an individual that caught it, and
Well, you know, that's very scary, Cal, because if you were given medication and you were not told that they should not be given together and to separate them, that's very
Well, for
disturbing.
me, I got off it. I went more of homeopathic
See,
and different
oh, yeah,
things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I thank God I had a powerful enough mind and
Yeah.
things. Well, I'm all right. But
yeah.
how about the other veterans who really have a lot more issues than I ever could have possibly
Well,
imagined? And it's just
Unfortunately, that's where the suicides come in.
yes, ma'am. That's yeah.
That's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very scary. So this John Marshall Law School, will they connect with the right people, whether it's medical or whatever the need of the veteran that they may need?
John Marshall is more of fighting for them for their initial disability claim or their higher percentages.
Now, why is it I've not heard of that? I mean, I've
yeah,
not. I have no
don't know what
knowledge.
to tell you.
I have no knowledge of
It's
that.
just amazing, and I've gotten it out myself to different VFW, American Legion, and
Yeah.
that's told them all. But more or less, they want to handle it themselves, and they're
that's
not
wrong.
doing it. I'm sorry. God bless
No.
them. They're not. They may
Yeah.
help a little bit, but not the big picture. No.
Now, we belong to the American Legion, 145 up here in Highland Park,
Mhm.
and we don't hear about any of that.
I don't know why.
They have speakers come in, but I've never heard them say, of course, the gentlemen and ladies that are veterans that are there are, World War II era. They're in their 80s and 90s. But still in all, they have children that have been in other conflicts that there has been, and they should have a speaker that says, if you're having any difficulty with whatever, contact.
They have their meetings,
Yeah,
Deb,
why?
but they need to go more or less and be involved, like I said, the state representative's office or alderman or congressman's office. They have a lot of paperwork and resources
Yeah.
that they can't get to. And they need to set a meeting with these people, talk to them. What's new? What do I not know? What can I get out to the
Yeah.
veterans? What can I tell them?
Ooh.
Yeah.
A lot
and
of
it's not being
information.
done.
A lot of information.
Yeah, a lot of it's political. It's just political.
and
You
that's-
give funds to belong to me, and we'll take care of you,
Yeah.
and then no, it's not that way.
And this is the problem. They ask for donations for their fundraisers, the politicians, and you give them, what you can. Sometimes you go overboard because you feel, well, they're congressmen or whatever, and they're gonna help the situation. They're supposed to be the voice for the people, right? Okay. And they don't know you. After after you give the finances, the donation, the whatever you want to call it, for the fundraiser, and you go out there door to door and you do whatever you need to do, and you get signatures, you work your tail off and your shoe leather off and whatever,
Right.
and then you come back and say, listen, we have this situation, can you help? They don't know you. They say, talk to my aide, I don't want to talk to your aide. I didn't give money to your aide. I gave money for your, winning of the, and then if you think the veterans become disillusioned because no one's listening to them, try the American people who need some assistance from the voice of the politician who is now feathering his own nest and waiting for the next election, but not helping the people of that community.
Correct.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
And I don't care whether it's Democrat
No.
or Republican,
Right.
they are
It's across the board.
unfortunately all alike across the board.
Yeah.
They know you when you are giving them the check, and when you ask for some assistance in a situation, they don't know you. You have to go talk to someone else. What is that? I mean, you don't want to be sent to a secretary. You can wait in line for so long, and then you need to go to the boss. You need to go to the person who got elected to be able to know what they're doing.
No doubt.
People could have an uprising. I mean, there's only so much that a human being can tolerate. American or any other, there's only so much. And I'm happy to hear from you that this John Marshall Law
It's the
is
Veterans Legal Support
Veterans
Center
Legal Support.
within the John Marshall Law School.
So if our
Yeah.
viewers are watching, they should contact.
All they have to do is call John Marshall Law School, and the operator will connect them right to the Veterans Legal
For
Support.
veterans, they need to
Yes,
say
of course.
that they are veterans.
Of course, they mentioned that, and they'll be
Okay, then
connected.
that'll be
now, I
taken
used to
care of.
know Professor Klaus, and I don't know for sure if he's still there, but it doesn't matter. Whoever's in charge
They'll
now.
take it, yeah.
Of course, I've known Dean Corkery for quite a few years, good man. And if they have any problems at all, which they won't, I would be glad to offer my number. They can call me.
Okay.
312-909-2956, and I will be glad to try and intervene the best I can to help you.
If there's somebody there to take their hand and guide them, that would be marvelous. That's marvelous.
But they have to go to the Veterans Administration first. If they haven't filed any claim, they must have that on file.
Okay.
And they must have from the people proof of the paperwork that shows that they filed that claim. And then they go to John Marshall Law School, and all they have to do is the little interview and show them that and their DD 214, and they will go from there and handle it. They don't have to do anything else.
Now,
They will find out everything.
is there? Oh, okay.
Believe me.
Is there a time limit on this? I mean, you know, because things don't happen overnight, you
No,
know
but with
that.
them, they're very fast. I would say within a year, you'll have everything that's going to be done and then some. I'll guarantee you this. If you have any percentage of claim from the Veterans Administration, I guarantee you within a year that that percentage will be raised significantly. That I guarantee.
Because, you know, if they say, well, you know, you mustered out so many years ago, we're not going to handle
Doesn't
this.
matter. That's retroactive. If you filed, this is what's sad about that.
Yeah.
I might add, that's a good point. That it's when you file the claim with the Veterans Administration.
Yeah.
That if they now get the disability, then that's retroactive from the time that you filed it. Unfortunately, a lot of guys, they've had this disability for 40 years,
Yeah.
but because they didn't file the claim 3 years ago, well, now they're only going to get the retroactive for 3 years.
Oh, I see.
There have been some that have got hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the retroactive. There have been. Yeah.
Well, people just want to be helped.
Well, of course.
They
It's
just
peace
want
of
the
mind.
medical help.
Peace of mind is
This
everything.
is incredible what they've gone through. Wars and torture and brain, you know, this,
Oh, yeah.
the distress, not only the distress, but the mortar shells shaking, your brain shaking, or you're being injured, whatever. And then they whether they're not ashamed, but whether they're too proud to say there's anything wrong or whatever, you know, you just don't want to say about it, talk about it, but people can't live like that.
Yeah.
Cal,
Yeah.
it's this this is earth-shattering to the victim of this problem.
I think the majority, I hate
And
to
a
say
family.
it, but the majority of people now only care about their own little circle. They don't have the big picture. They don't care about other people. Majority, not there's a lot of special people in this world, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, there are a lot of people that talk, but they don't do.
No action.
I'll give you a little example. It's very simple. It's just off the top of my head.
Okay.
I'm a Shriner. I've been involved
My
with the
husband,
Masons
too.
for quite a long time. And as you know, being a Mason, that anybody uses your husband's name or mine,
Yep.
you could go to the hospitals,
Yep.
okay? Shriners Hospitals.
Shriners Hospital
And
for
if you
children.
have children, God forbid,
Yeah.
in
That have a
trouble for
disability. Yep,
anything,
yep.
100% everything taken care of.
That's right.
As you know, the parents are, their hotel, they
That-
got everything
everything.
is taken care of,
Everything,
top
yeah.
shelf. Use my
Absolutely.
name, use absolutely,
Absolutely.
anytime. But you see, these kind of things nobody says, nobody cares. I've had many Masons I've known, good people, whatever. They don't go out there and tell you. Get out there and tell people. I mean, that's how you can make a difference. I
we've
mean, it's just a
helped-
small example. You
we-
know, I don't
We've
get it.
helped a couple of families.
Yeah.
My husband's a 32nd degree Shriner,
Yeah. Sure.
Mason,
I went through York Rights.
and
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And so we helped. I had a girlfriend who had a baby that the fingers were deformed, and she was just beside herself. She didn't know what to do. They had a moderate income, and she said it would cost a fortune to be able to, you know, handle this. And I said, "Don't worry," because my husband was a clown in the clown unit
Yeah,
for Medina.
Yeah,
when
sure,
Medina
of course.
was around, and we sent her to the Shriners Hospital.
Oak Park.
Yes, for children.
Fantastic.
And they have taken care of this child. They said he would have to go through a number of operations. The fingers were attached or whatever.
Your technology is over the top there. Over the top.
Excuse me. But they took it. They said never will she ever have to pay penny one.
Of course.
Never. She offered to sew. She offered to make blankets. She offered to. They said, you know, whatever you'd like to do to gift them, but we will not accept any finance. And this was many years ago, and so she was so happy about that. And as a matter of fact, she helped me sew my husband's clown unit. It was, you know, I was seeing sparkles while I was sewing. It was just
Yeah,
constant.
beautiful, yeah.
And then he helped another friend whose little girl had some difficulty, and they, it's just that we are service-orientated people. And Kenny is the Mason of the Shriner. I was in Rotary, so
Yeah.
this is what
What you
this
do.
is what we do.
That's
so
right, absolutely.
whatever we can help, whatever we
Oh,
can
yeah.
do. And I put this program out for the viewers, and whatever I can do to help you, I bring on people that can help you. Please avail yourself. I
That's
mean, this
nice.
gentleman
Yeah.
is wonderful. He's just God sent. So I know what you're talking about. And so the fact is that if we do this as a private organization, I mean, that at least the Veterans Administration, these are our own. These are our own under our wing. Why are they not emphatic enough to be able to tell the veteran, any veteran, whether you're stateside or combat, is there something we can help you with? Are you sure? Or talk to the family. If you can't get through to the veteran, I can tell you the family would gladly talk with them and let them know what's all happening.
Yeah.
Because that stuff is very serious. And some carry it through their life and never say anything, but make everybody around them very miserable. Divorces are caused by that. Families are split up because of that. They can't tolerate the stress. And I think the veteran themselves, the victim of these brain injuries, don't even know that it's happening. And in some cases, they could be called, bipolar, whatever, because really nobody knows, the family doesn't know, oh, he's just crazy, or he's just, leave him alone, he just wanders off by himself. But, that's so hurtful,
There
Cal.
are signs, and there are different signs, and even sometimes it would be noticed.
Wouldn't be noticed.
Yeah. Neurological, different things, Yeah.
That's really,
Ooh.
that's a heavy
Sure.
number. That's a heavy number.
Yeah.
So is it the veterans that helped you? Veterans,
Oh,
or
of course.
is it the John Marshall that got the veterans to
As
help
far
you?
as that goes, I used to volunteer for Congress 15 years as a veterans liaison.
Wow.
And trying to help veterans, and nothing about me. I just was, thank God, I knew the right people to send them to.
Oh, see.
And that was the important part.
Yeah.
That was beautiful to do that and to see results from it.
Oh.
Yeah, I loved doing that. But being that I was doing that, then they started to talk about things for me that they said, Cal, how about yourself? We understand you went through this. And because of that, then I learned about John Marshall, and they helped me through that end. But now if we're talking about Captain James A. Lovell Hospital in North Chicago,
Okay.
in our area, it's second to none. And of course, I believe probably in the whole United States, it's up there, in so many ways. The professionalism, the kindness, the overall way of, they're tied with the military.
Yeah.
I believe that Captain Lovell was the first hospital in the United States to combine with the active military, the Navy,
Yeah.
and the Veterans Administration. If it wasn't, maybe the second or third, but I believe it was the first. And because of that, it's magical. It really is. And you got the service end of it with the discipline and the order and the respect and all that. The combination's beautiful. But they only can do so much. They're undermined a lot of times. And any doctor in that would tell you on the side, I'm sure not in front of the TV set,
Yeah.
but they would tell you that they are with the Veterans Administration for a lot of things they have
Whatever.
implemented.
Yep, yep.
Okay? Guidelines and all.
Yeah.
So that's hard. And I see those things, breaches of security. There's a lot of different things that you can see. And that's another thing about a veteran. Most veterans see things that civilians will never even notice. Believe that.
I'm sure. Oh, I do.
It's because of how they were indoctrinated, trained, they notice things that people don't even know.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be a little scary. Especially, can I give you an example if you don't mind?
Sure.
7 or 8 days after September 11th, I was at the airport, O'Hare Airport. And it was very early in the morning. It was 3G, I believe, American Airlines. And I was waiting for my flight, and I had my little duffel bag, and I'm having my coffee, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking around and seeing all this entourage of security. National Guard, everything, you name it, okay? And the regular security, of course. And I'm thinking, I'm early, why don't I take this bag, this is to myself, and walk through that section there, which is not the section you're supposed to walk through, and just see how noticeable
it,
that they are. Now, I tell you the truth. I walked through there, and I'm shaking because I'm thinking they're going to stop me, and even if they stop me, I'm already prepared. Oh, I'm sorry, I went to the wrong way, and I'm going to go. But guess what? I walked all the way through there, and not a word said. So I'll give you an example of what you notice. I noticed that this was cosmetic. I noticed how they were looking around. The job was not being done, and I infiltrated. And that's a veteran can do that. Veterans can do that. They really can.
I want to tell you, you have struck a very important note. My husband makes comments now and then when we're driving and he sees something and he said, you know, somebody could do this. This is how, I don't know, it comes out of left field. I don't know. But he sees it. He knows it.
No doubt.
He, you know, he was a radio operator on a plane, so he knows what's going on. He's already been aware. And what you say, I didn't know that other people feel the same way.
Well, it's not that civilians can't see it. They're observant and they're trained in their mind.
Veterans can't.
Yeah, more so. It's automatic. It's things. It's peripheral vision. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's sounds and things that most people don't understand. And
see that? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and only 8 days
after
September 11th.
Yeah.
Very
scary.
Wow.
Very scary.
Very scary. Very scary.
Times are very scary. The element of evil that's infiltrating now of every spectrum is amazing.
Something is.
And the people that say and know about it, and they're in power and position, and they talk and they do nothing. This is sad times, very sad times.
This is very scary because I remember back when things like this didn't happen. I mean, I'm talking about Texas with stuff like that's very scary. Why would, the question will always come up, why? Why would somebody do something like that to hurt someone else? Why? You don't even know this person. Why would you want to hurt somebody? And then that was with those packages, the bombing packages, and then they said the tripwire. That's even more scarier because innocent children walking or riding the bicycle like those people were, that's disastrous to do that and not even have the question answered, why? Why? You have such an ability to be creative. Don't create harm, create good. I mean, it's so easy to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why, but I think the number one main reason is no respect or honor of God Almighty.
See?
And that's the bottom line, why these things are going on. And a lot of people have belonged to occults that think they're their religion. And you make it simple. I don't belong in the religion. I just know what I believe and know what is true. And I hope and pray that that's going to be taken care of sooner than not later. I'm ready for it. I don't care. I'm ready for it. The times are going to unfortunately get a lot worse than they are now. And it scares me, and I'm glad that I won't be around to see that because it's terrifying to see some of the things that are going now. Planned Parenthood. Sorry, that's everybody's got their opinion. That's murder. I can go on and on and on, okay? People want to make their excuses, whatever they want to make. I put it right point blank to them. They want to ask me those questions, they can ask me anytime. I'll talk to them about it anytime.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, People don't want to get real. They got their excuses for whatever they want to do and make life easy for themselves. No consequences for their actions. It's really sad.
Responsibility? No.
If you would allow me
Sure.
please to tell everybody. If they would take
Absolutely.
the time, it's only 2 minutes long.
Sure.
I did this, and actually, if my life were to end today, true statement, I have absolutely said everything in this. It's called Save Our People Now. It's on with an exclamation point. You'll find it and you'll see it. It's got the ocean background. You'll know you're on it. And it's a prayer that I would love everybody to take time just to listen to it. And I think that most of your audience can relate to that.
Please
I
recite it.
believe I can't remember it verbatim, but I'll be
Take
glad to
whichever-
read it to you
whichever
now.
one.
Sure,
Thank
I'll be glad to read it to you now. Sure. Save our people now. Father God, in the name of your Son, our Messiah, I beg you, use your hand. Save all our people now. I know they have eternity with you. However, Father, they have stayed the course, the testing of faith. Your will is all love. Father, your people, our people, no matter tribe, love you. I beseech thee, save them now. Discharge the peace and release the pain. I say I gladly face thy end of earth for this prayer. Holy Spirit, from your words, detach your army of holy angels of mercy as the army of accountability. Let your power be felt as we never doubted you. To thy Master of life, save thy people now. Amen.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
And you made this? You created
Yeah,
this?
sure.
Oh, this
And
is outstanding.
I did that in 2012. Oddly enough, at 5:30 in the morning, I was at Lake Bluff and I was at the Sunrise Beach and by myself, and I was doing some meditation. And it's also a very magical moment in time. Unfortunately, there's some special souls, they get a lot of that, but I had a couple of them. And this particular day, I was doing some praying to my Father in heaven about certain things, and I got this in my mind. This was not from me. And most of the time in my life, when I think of things like this, Bev, I cannot remember verbatim to write it down perfectly.
Oh, you need to write it down.
didn't get a chance to write this down probably at least an hour and a half, and I was remembered to write it down verbatim. I honestly, this was angelic. This is special spirit gave me that.
Oh, sure.
There's no question in my mind. No question in my mind.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful. Yeah, thank you. That's
This is
God.
beautiful.
Thank God for that.
Oh,
And I
sure,
had
this
to
is
put that
beautiful.
on mine. I hope I can get as many people that can listen to that, reflect on it. I think there's a lot of souls that can relate to it. I pray that they can. I think a lot of people won't because they're of earth. They're not more of spirit.
Spirit.
And you can't understand things that we talk about a lot if you're earthly. You can't. You won't. You'll laugh at it.
Well, you know, a lot of people. I mean, I believe in angels. So, you know, there's people that you meet anywhere. You could be walking, or you could be sitting in a restaurant, or you could be whatever, and someone will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Oh, I hope your foot is better. Or I hope you're," you know. And I turned to my husband and said, I don't even know this person. How does this person know me? I said, thank you very much. Kind words. We have met many, many souls like this over the years. Incredible.
You could have two Bevs, if you don't mind me saying.
Not-
One clone and one exactly like you next to you.
Yeah.
One example, you talk to one, you feel very calming, you feel very warm, you feel very, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is instant, just met you. Did the same with the other one. Now all of a sudden you're like inside, you're trembling. You've got all kinds of warning signs going on. You don't know why. You're not talking about judging people right away or things like that. It's nothing like that because we're not analytically thinking or trying to judge them like we normally do in the mind. This is automatic. And you're saying, wait a minute. And you can always give people a chance. But I'm telling you right now, most of the time, if you, of course, you're leery, you be leery, and you give a person a chance. But most of the time, that comes out to be true. That person that you knew, that felt that, was warm and loving, and the other one had a little problem. And you knew it. And you were warned of it. You were told of it. This is not you. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, I know nothing. I'm the dumbest man in the world. Thankful to my Lord and Savior that He gives me sometimes that for whatever reason. And He gives it to most people. All people should have it. All people have it if they want it from Him. If they love Him. All they have to do is love Him, and it's automatic because we were born with that.
It's just a feeling that you get.
Yeah.
You can't really explain it. And I don't know if you have to be born that way, if you acquire it in a certain fashion, if there is something traumatic that draws you to it, or if there's whatever. But,
we're travelers. We're spirits. People don't get it. This world is not this. We go like this. We're travelers. Some worldly person, for example, all the money in the world, traveled everywhere, thinks he's done everything on this earth. And then you get a special spirit that maybe has not gone anywhere physically, but has traveled 10,000 light years more than that person will ever because of their spirit. And they'll find that out one day when it's all said and done, that the spirit is far better traveler than the worldly one thinks he is.
It's just
You'll find that out.
It's just that people view other people not with kindness that they should, but for what can you do for me, or what, I don't want to, I'm not doing for anybody. I want you to do for me. Just do for me so I don't have to do this or that.
Well, I'm human. I get a little upset sometimes when you try to show kindness to people or do certain things, and when you don't even get a thank you or something.
Not a thank you.
I'm human. It hurts me.
Sure.
Or I tell you, can I
Sure.
please share something with
Sure.
you? They got to do this. I was in Greece. I found a watch and a ring, for example, okay? And I try to make this real short. I turned it into the hotel. They waited 6 months down the line. This was in euros transferred to American dollars worth over $125,000. Anyway,
Wow.
Okay, so anyway, we waited. Then they found out. Then the person said, oh, we got to give this man something for this. Well, they offered $40,000. This is really nice. Oh, wait a minute. This is a true story. When I back,
Oh, my
this is over 8 weeks ago. I was back in Greece.
Oh.
I went and saw the gentleman, beautiful guy, Paris Papadakis, and the hotel general manager anyway. And they gave me a check. And I said, oh, that was nice of him. And he had that. Well, it turns out this guy is like the equivalent of mafia in Greece. And it turns out that the check bounced.
Oh,
Okay. Now, you don't want to give me anything. Tell me to go to wherever, or what have you. But this is the kind of world that I see so much of. It's just a lack of appreciation, literal spit in the face, to people who are trying to be nice. It's amazing, And I got to tell you, the little devil was in back of me saying, why didn't you just keep it? You got insurance anyway. What the heck, But, I'm glad it turned it in. I mean, it's just the idea.
I couldn't do that.
I don't get this.
even if he took you to dinner or lunch, whatever, or bought you a cup of coffee.
I'm going back there shortly. I hope I don't get in trouble. I'm trying not to get in trouble, but I'm going to try and find this guy. And the only thing I'm going to say to him is, you son of a gun, you couldn't even thank me, and then you got to pull that off. You're not such a tough a guy. Yeah, you like these guys that act like they're tough in the world. They're nothing. Absolutely zero.
You did such a kind act of generosity and compassion.
Everybody does. A lot of people that do. I'm nothing special about that. It's just the idea that this is what you see going on today. More so.
Of course, we
more
do
so.
see it.
It's not like it's not like the past didn't have it, and every society didn't have it, but it's escalated. And it's in the technology, and it's in everything. People got to understand, and the people are not responsible. They got every excuse and every way to just throw it aside, cast it aside, and at everybody's expense down the line.
Well, that's the reason why I have this program, and I've been doing this program for 35 years, live.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Live. We started way back when it first was instituted here in Highland Park. And, we used to have a crew of 26 people, everybody doing something, But people dropped off. The other people, they either got disenchanted. I mean, this is every week, live every week, whatever, Right. And here I was, a mother with 7 little kids, taking school and whatever else. And but I felt that I love the community. I want to do what I can for the community. And if I could do some outreach for other people out there, because I know some people are very quiet, the veterans very quiet. And, if I could say, we have a program on whatever you might need or consider or whatever. And can I help you? Can I do something for you? The program is here for you, the people, the community, wherever you see this. And I'm delighted if you do well by it, because that's what I want to do. I mean, I would like to do something for whomever. I don't even have to know them. I don't require a name, address, and whatever. But
Wow.
if you gain something, some good out of the program, this is wonderful. And so, the minute that I met up with Angela Walker, Angela is my talent scout for the disabled veterans. It's wonderful. And we do a lot because my husband was Navy Air Force. And when they called it Navy Air Force then, and he didn't even mess around when we were getting married. The commander said, "Hey Cooper, you're getting married today. What are you doing here?" And I've two sons that saw combat, two combat sons, Army and Navy, and so I try to help because I know what we have gone through, and I extend my hand in helpfulness to show that we understand as family members what those that are, veterans, combat or otherwise go through. And if you're a combat family veteran, whatever, we'd like to help you. And before we jump on to the next subject, I want that Cal should tell you one more time, because it's really important. If it helped him, it will help you. And he is extending a kindness, little known by anyone else, but he is a veteran and willing to help other veterans about the veterans
Veterans Legal Support
the
Clinic
Veterans Legal
at
Support
the John Marshall
at
Law
John
School.
Marshall Law.
Yes, absolutely.
So for
Yeah.
them to, if they're having any difficulty, contact John Marshall Law and ask for the Veterans Legal
Support Clinic.
Support
Absolutely.
Group. Okay. And at that point, they will transfer you to wherever you need.
They'll be more than glad.
Oh, wonderful. That's the first thing. And now, I don't want to get carried away, but Angela said we need to talk about the performing arts from CLC.
Of course.
And were you a part of that this
I
year?
was, yes.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to finish this program. You got to tell me about this.
It's great. It is great.
It's
There are a lot
great.
of veterans who go there.
Okay.
They sing, they perform,
Yeah.
they do artwork. They could do jewelry, different things
the
like
paintings,
that.
they're awesome.
Absolutely, and over at the Lake College there, it's really nice of them. We
Yeah.
have that venue there to use.
And that was March the 1st.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, but they do it every year about that time.
We're going.
Yeah.
We're going to have. Angela's going to be bringing in some DVD or tape or whatever at some point.
Nice.
People will. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see
Nice.
it. But tell us, what did you perform? What did
Well,
you do?
if you don't mind me saying, if you go to www.soundcloud.com
Okay.
/CAL
Okay.
dash Schumann, SHUMMON. Now you'll notice it's spelled differently here because
Yeah.
of my family line. It's a long story. I told you about that earlier, but anyway.
Yeah.
But it's Schumann, SHUMMON, and there you get an example of the music that I perform, that I did on the stage, and
Oh, wow.
it's really great. I loved it. Those two songs that I did particularly that day were Hallelujah. And I'm trying to think of the other one. Isn't that it's amazing? I got 60 different songs on my
That's
mind
okay.
right now.
Can you
It
hum it?
wasn't Bridge
Maybe if-
Over Troubled Waters, no.
If
but-
you hum it, maybe I'll know it.
no, it was the song by Yanni, and I'm trying to think like it's just.
Oh.
And this is a prime example.
Beautiful.
This is the prime
Great.
example. Do you know? Forgive me.
Yes, that's right.
But what we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
With me, I know, absolutely, and we all go through memory lapses for the moment.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what would drive me crazy. Something that you know, and it's a constant, and it eludes you. and like when I leave here, I'll have it right away. It goes on all the time.
Yeah.
This is the TBI.
Okay.
This is the TBI. This is what does you. See, I should know that in a
See?
song just that
Like
quickly
that,
and just,
yeah.
what that's the way it is. You know? Yeah.
Tell us about it. How many people were there? You know, was it just one performance?
Well, they can sing up to, I believe, 3 songs. I sang 2, and there was about 20 some that different did it, I believe, in the music category. And then they had the art works that were outside the
Art's
venue
good,
that
yeah.
people could look at, you know, and it was very nice. It was very professional. It was done, and yeah.
Did you have to
Just-
bring your own music? Did you sing a cappella?
You
What
could
did
do that, or you could bring your own music to read or whatever, or have your own background tape. Or I was very fortunate,
Oh.
by the way.
How nice.
This Elizabeth Lacombe, who's the musical therapist over there, and she has the young ladies that are with her, Lauren, and anyway, they're fantastic. She's a cello player, and she's a very, very good cello player. I mean, we're talking concert stuff here. And she was playing along with Lauren and the piano. And as a matter of fact, Lauren did such a great job. It was like listening to the actual recording. I mean,
Wow.
absolutely amazing. Yeah. They're good. They're fantastic. And they do wonderful work. They've been there for 3 years, Elizabeth Lacombe. Yeah, Lacombe.
Are there awards that are given for stage presence or anything?
They are. They judge the categories of that, all that.
Yeah.
Just like if you're watching on TV, how they have the judging
Oh,
categories, they do
how
that.
nice.
And I guess they don't get back to you until probably June, I'm thinking, to let you know who won and where you placed and all that. Yeah.
Very
yeah.
nice.
I was supposed to be there 2 years ago, but I had stroke.
Oh my.
Oh, that's another thing that saved me. I lost my left side and couldn't talk. And thank God for the speech therapy, occupational therapy, and all that, and physical therapy. They're just,
Brought
I
you
don't know, I can
back.
go on and on and on about those beautiful people. But there again, if it wasn't God Almighty, I wouldn't be here talking like I am today.
See.
You know?
Thank
You know,
God.
that's the
Thank
bottom
God.
line. Yeah. So, but they're beautiful. And it's beautiful work, and it's very healing. It's very nice to see some of the
Oh.
guys that go there, and they have different issues, especially some they have different issues. They're disabled in different ways.
Okay.
But they do well, and you get not just well. There's something absolutely fantastic talent, unbelievable what they can do. Memorization, poetry, different things. Yeah, it was an honor to be part of that. Yeah,
That was
the
incredible.
Veterans Creative Art Festival. Yeah.
Do they take pictures?
Oh
Is-
yeah,
is
they had it
this-
taped. I'm
Yeah,
sorry that I don't know how they do
We'll
that.
get the tape, but I mean,
aspect.
was this put in any kind of magazine form or newspaper
It will
form?
be. I think the Navy Times covers it, and
Really?
I'm sure of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly when.
Okay.
Angela knows all the details about that. That's your girl, you know.
This is my right
Yeah,
hand
she's
and
a
my
great
left
lady.
hand.
She's
This
a great
is,
lady. Yeah.
you know, this is my. And so, okay, so we'll get that from Angela. We'll see you on there. Do we have to pick a number of where you were placed on the program?
I don't know that either. When that tape comes out, or I don't know how they're going to order that.
Do they have like dramatic readings first, then musical things, then?
I'm sure that they have it that way,
songs,
but I
then-
don't know exactly
Okay,
how they're until I
that's okay.
actually see it. I
How
don't.
how many would you say participated in that?
Oh, total with all the artwork and different
Whatever,
things.
yeah.
Oh, I would say probably 30 or 40.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot, considering that you have to. I mean, this isn't private. You have to stand up in front of an audience and be able
And
to.
I'm including the people with the artwork and
Oh,
the
yes,
different
of course.
sections and
That's
everything that I
terrific.
saw there.
Yeah,
That's,
wow,
yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. They do this every year. I didn't know that. Angela brought me up to speed with that. I think, what was I doing that I don't remember offhand? I would have attended. Something must have come up that I was unable to. But next year I will make sure that I'm there.
By the way, One Man's Dream by Yanni. That's the other song. See, I told you. Just
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's how that works.
See?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you can do that. Just bring it on like that. That's
Yeah.
because well, all I know is that we are so pleased to have you. We need to do a part 2 of this.
No, I'm honored to meet you. That was very kind of you.
Oh,
I mean, really.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Are you up for a part 2? I mean,
I'll be more than honored to come back.
my delight, please,
man,
my
thank you
delight.
very
That would be
much, man.
wonderful. And we could talk about your family history. You have some wonderful history.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, incredible history.
Yeah. Thank you.
This
yeah.
is, more than just generations. This is,
Yeah,
this
it's
is-
hundreds of years, but
yeah,
they goes back to,
this is incredible.
they were great people. I don't know. Sometimes maybe I think I was adopted. No, I'm just joking. I'm not.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
You don't get this from being adopted. Adopted children are wonderful,
I'm
but
just joking. I can see my mom going.
It's incredible, incredible.
Yeah.
Your poetry is beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you read this? You should have read this on stage. You should do that.
Well, I was told I wasn't able to stick around for the whole thing. Unfortunately, I had to go. But I was told Elizabeth said that they played this at the end of the.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was told. Yeah.
Oh.
But I would like everybody, if they can, listen to this because there's the music of a duduk instrument, an old ancient Armenian instrument in the
Yeah.
background with this, and it's reflection and meditation. Reading it is one thing, but
Yeah.
that wow.
That
yeah.
gets you,
yeah. Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Just beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Well, I know that part 2, whenever you're able that you want to, do part 2 on this program,
You let me know.
because we're almost out of time now.
yeah.
Could you believe?
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, an hour. I don't know if I could talk for
This was an
hour."
hour?
Sure,
Oh, wow.
sure.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, well, what you get involved with, what you love. See.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that if you had any pictures, family pictures,
I
or
can bring things.
would you be
I'd be glad
do
to.
that? That would be wonderful.
Sure, I can do that. Yeah.
The public,
I would mention, if you don't mind,
sure.
anybody especially interested in history, please get a book called The Flickering Light of Asia. It is the story of my great uncle, Mar Benjamin Shimon, and he's a saint, and things the warrior had to go through to save his people is unbelievable. And it's you could read it it's a day and a half, but I'm not just saying this because it's my family. There's many people like this in this world, but let me tell you, they should make a movie out of that.
That
And it
be
would be a
incredible.
very healing movie for a lot of beautiful people, especially in Christianity and its suffering and the pain
Terrible.
that they had to go through with the Ottoman Empire, with the Muslim, with
Oh,
a lot
yes.
of the different things that they had to go through.
Oh yes.
It's terrifying, terrifying.
We had a priest on the program, and he was Armenian, and we
Armenian Greeks
yeah,
and not Syrians, we
yeah,
have all
we brought
a
him
tie.
on, and he talked
Yeah.
about the massacre that the Muslims, the Turks, did to the Armenians.
Kurds.
Yeah. Turk-
Really share something really quick with you.
Sure.
The Kurds, for example, don't realize that they were given that name by the Assyrian people. And Kurd in the Assyrian Aramaic language means gangster.
Gangster.
Absolutely. They're calling themselves Kurd. As you know, Kurdistan, and they're proud.
yeah.
This is gangster. You are calling, you're so proud that you are absolutely gangster.
Gangster.
And they are. I'm sorry. I know there must be a lot of good people that come and don't know. They're misled.
know.
Of course.
Yeah.
This is misled occults of the world that don't know. And they get involved, and before you know it, the evil one has succumbed you, got you, and you don't know. You think this is the beautiful thing, like the Muhammads that you worship. This is a rapist, this is a murderer, this is the baddest of the bad, but you think he's God. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not. That's the truth. You're
Well, this
misled.
pro-
You
this-
come from a Syrian tribe
Yeah.
of tens of thousands of years ago. Go back to where you came from, what you belong to, and real Syrians know what the truth is when they traveled, and that's our Lord Jesus Christ. That's the truth. And that's from me to you. And if you don't like it, want to accept it, that's fine. You do what you have to do. But I'm just telling you what I feel, and I know.
Well, that's when he came on the program, and I mean, it was heart-wrenching of all these men, women, and children that were just, it was terrible. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
No humanity, no humanity. We can't live like this. We have to be able to, you know, create a brotherhood that
Absolutely. Peaceful, loving people.
what is
but
the-
accountability for the bad.
accountability.
Absolutely.
Accountability needs to be there. Needs to be there. Not could be or maybe. No, it needs to be there. If you breathe, it needs to be there.
You
need
know the
to
old
breathe.
Midas commercial? You could pay me now or pay me later.
Pay me later.
Simplify that. You could take it, do now,
Do it now.
or it's going to happen later. And this is very quick. Later is forever.
Yeah.
People get it together. Wouldn't you rather be in peace and love and happiness forever?
Yeah,
And you got to work on it here first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, forever is not going to be a happy time.
forever.
It's your choice, not me. I don't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Everybody knows the truth. They all know the truth, whether they admit it or not.
But nobody-
Remember, most people, Bev, they don't want to tell the truth or admit
They
the truth. You want to
no,
know why?
that's
Because if they
terrible.
do, then they're accountable for their actions.
It's always better, Cal, that they want to blame someone else.
Of course.
Let someone else carry the burden.
But they know. And they're living in misery no matter how much they pretend to be happy. They can pretend all they want, but inside they know. Oh, yeah. A lot of times that's why they treat people so miserable, because themselves are so miserable.
Yeah, yeah.
Come
We-
clean.
We need
Heal.
we need to make sure that these people that are now running for office, Cal, this is very important.
Yep.
They're running for office. They want us to contribute. They want know that if you're going to speak for the people, you better be truthful for the people, because the time is past for all of this mudslinging and everything else. Take care of the people.
Absolutely.
That's our music. This is it.
I thank you so much.
Oh, the pleasure
Really,
was
you're
mine.
a beautiful soul, and I appreciate being here.
Pleasure was mine. We have to do part 2. So we want to thank you all for allowing us in your home or your place of business. Have a wonderful evening, a pleasant week, and we'll see you next week on North Shore Live Cooper's Corner. And we're going to get Cal in here for a part 2. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and many thanks to Angela Walker for bringing Cal on the program for this evening. Thank you. See you next week. Good evening.